with the Yankees beating the Indians and the Rays beating the Toronto Blue Jays. Now both teams are traveling to San Diego. We're in a neutral field. We're gonna play in Petco Park. How's the confidence going into this series?
Man, listen, my confidence is at 100 now. I'm not gonna lie. Coming into the first game, especially after the season, and the end of the season, we lost I think it was 10 games or whatever, more than 10 games in a row. We were really struggling. But now that we got Stanton back, we got Judge back. I mentioned before, Sanchez, slowly he's coming up. He's going to start hitting better. Just as long as we start hitting better. Because I already know, our starting pitchers, other than Cole and Tanaka, in my opinion, only Cole, honestly, and that's just 1 out of 5 starting pitchers. Just as long as if our hitters can get the run support for the let's just say Tanaka, for example. I'm pretty sure if Tanaka in the last game gave up 6 runs before the 5th inning, we probably would have lost that game. I'm not even gonna lie.
All right.
Just the fact that our hitting at the end of the day has to match up the pitching, for example. Then that's the good thing about baseball. That's the good thing I like about teams in general, is there has to be a team effort. I don't care if Tanaka strikes out 18 batters in a game. Mind you, that's historical right there. Anytime you get 18 to 20, because now you're getting into sorry. Like I said, I've been drinking. I know you know who I'm thinking about right now. Yankees pitchers. Help me. Please help me.
No, what are we talking
Ron Guidry. There we go. Ron Guidry.
Okay.
Then he have a 20 game.
18
strikeouts. There we go. Once you, Tanaka could do that, as long if he doesn't win the game, it's pointless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just pointless. So as long as the batters can get the run support or whatever the case might be for Tanaka, that's even better because it's a team effort. You don't want to have to find out Tanaka strike out 18 batters and still lost the game, or Tanaka pitched 8 innings, no runs, and still lost the game. That's horrible. That's why baseball, to me, is a team effort. That's why I like baseball. This is my number 1 sport. This is a team effort. If you go speak to basketball like LeBron, and I'm just speaking on LeBron for example, LeBron could score 40 points in a game by himself. Overall, the score could be 80 to 60. Mm-hmm. LeBron scored 40 of those points. All credit goes to LeBron because he's the main one. And baseball it literally goes by 1 run a game. It's not, there's no 2-point unless you hit a 2-run home run or whatever the case might be. Anytime you hit a run, it's just cost for you. It's just you. That's why baseball is more of a team effort than any other sport. So if Tanaka strikes out 18 batters, granted that's fantastic for him that Tanaka struck out 18 or any other batter for that matter, or any other pitcher for that matter, struck out 18 batters. If you don't win the game, it's just pointless at that point. Mind you, Tanaka could have easily struck out 18 batters. Paxton could have struck out 18 batters. Cole could have struck out 18 batters. If you don't win the game, it's just pointless at that point. So that's why baseball is a team effort. Everybody has to put their own weight in order for you to win the game. So let's just say, for example, you expect Judge, we expect Judge. Bases loaded to either draw a walk because he's good with plate discipline.
Right.
He's really good at plate discipline. Or to hit a home run. But if he strikes out, it's over. It's oh, man. What's the point of having Judge up here? And that's the thing about baseball. There's 9 players on the field. Each and every single one of them have to back up the other one. In all sports, it's the common knowledge that it's not just one person. So that's what I like about baseball. Like I said, hopefully this whole series, the team as a general, in general, can just come together as a team and help each other win. Like I said, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I think like the difference between this series and the last series was like you knew like Cleveland's bullpen wasn't like great, so you wanted to like grind out the bat and like get into the bullpen. And the first game it worked out like awesome. Second game, not so much. They kind of had to like chip away. But I think with like the Tampa Bay Rays, we've played them all year. They've gotten the best of us 8 games to 2. We played them 10 times, but by my count, I believe like 6 of those like 10 games, maybe even more, was like games that like virtually the entire team was out, and like we were starting like Talkman and Ford and stuff like that. So they weren't playing us at their full at our full strength. Where next 5 days, at least for like the first game, they're gonna be playing everybody. Their pitching staff is like top to bottom, like really good. Starting pitching, they got Morton, Snell, Glasnow, and then their bullpen is like solid. So I think the importance in this next series is like we gotta pitch well, and any mistake that they give us, we have to capitalize on it. Some of the mistakes they didn't capitalize in Cleveland, and they still won. But any mistake that the Rays give us, they have to capitalize upon.
And this is a 5-game series, right? It's not 3.
Yeah. So
even better now. Like again, like it was like way more nerve-wracking knowing that it was 3-game series than it is 5. Like at least with 5, we already know like, let's just say there's an off day in between those 5 games. Usually it is. It's not.
No, not this year.
Not this
5
year?
games, Monday through Friday.
Damn.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just in general. Our bullpen, Yankees bullpen, we're capable of, as long as our starting pitcher goes minimum 5, I want to say 6 innings, we should be good as the Yankees. Because we, other than Cole could clearly give you 8 innings. Even if he doesn't pitch good, he could give you 8 innings. You know for a fact that you don't have to go into the bullpen in the 5th inning with Cole. Cole could go out in the 8th inning. It could be 2-zip. Yankees being zip. At least you still have a chance to, win the game with Cole on the mound. Same thing with Tanaka. Now, again, when it comes to Hat, Loizaga, whoever, the bullpen, once you got into them, the bullpen, that's when you have like your struggles. But as long as our main 2, Tanaka, Cole and Tanaka, as long as they go more than 6 or 7 innings, I'll be fine. I'll be good. And now that it's a 5-game series rather than 2, we gotta have that third pitcher. Me being, a former baseball player, 3rd game win all, I don't feel like it has to go to like 4th or 5th. If you could win the game at the 3rd game out of best of 5 series, just win the 3rd game. That's something like I appreciated with Jeter. Jeter was never on that type of time. He was never on like, oh, it's a best of 5-game series. Let's go to 5 games. He's like, no. Yeah. Jeter was like, let's just win in 3. If you could win in 3, let's just win in 3.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. If you can win in 3, just winning 3. So far, I know we could win game 1 with Cole, game 2 with Tanaka. Now, when it comes to 3 games, I got me being a Yankee fan. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that. I want to have faith in my team, but once it comes to like Paxton or Hap, Paxton is out, like you said. But when it comes to Hap, and now you gotta like dig into the bullpen, that's when it becomes a little bit worrisome. But it's fine. Like I said, it's fine because at the end of the day, if we win, even more better. That we won knowing we didn't really have a complete package.
Yeah, I think like like I said, I was discussing with Joel before this that like in the division series, every single series is literally for the first time a divisional series. It's like NL West versus AL West, NL East versus NL East, AL East versus AL East, AL West versus AL West. So there's familiarity, which could work against you because you know the Rays, they would know the Yankees hitters, but at the same time the Yankees hitters will know the A's pitchers, and that's the difference. That's one. The second thing is, and I've been talking about it the whole time, the fact that they're playing in San Diego instead of Tampa Bay. Like, Tropicana Field is not a place where baseball games should be played. I've felt that way since I was a kid. I felt that way today. So the fact that like you remove Tampa from that atrocity of a stadium, like the other night after that game, Buck Showalter, he was like, that place. He described it as that place where they play baseball in Tampa. The fact that the Yankees don't have to play there works to their advantage. I think it really does. And Petco Park, it actually kind of has like a slight short right field porch on the foul line. So it's more familiar. It would kind of be more familiar to the Yankees. Not only that, but you got like guys like Judge and Stanton, who are California guys, so they're used to playing on the West Coast, and they grew up, probably going to those stadiums. So I think that works for the Yankees. So I really like our chances going into this series personally.
My only problem, like I said, is pitching. Like now that it's a 5-game series, potentially going to like 7-game. I don't know if the World Series is still 7. It's still 7.
No, it's all 7. 7 ALCS, NLCS,
Right.
and a World Series.
That's like my only. I don't want to say concern because I know we probably still win, but let me just say concern, just to say concern.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only concern is like I said, like once it gets past the third starting pitcher, that's when I really start getting concerned because now you got to start. All I know is that like I just wish the Yankees win. Starting pitcher at the end of the day, when it comes to like a 5-game, like I was more comfortable with a 3-game series, honestly, because like Tanaka and Cole, or Cole and Tanaka, they are, especially Cole, they're like our best pitchers at the end of the day. Tanaka has postseason experience, but once you get past like game 3, game 4, now you got to start like, all right, who can we get to pitch? You know what I mean? And you don't really want to go ask for Cole or Tanaka for a couple more innings, 2, 3 more innings after they just pitched, like, you know what I'm saying, like 9 innings or 8, 7 innings. You don't really want to call for them for that. So that's like my only concern. Once it passes 3 games, it's like, all right, now we gotta like really mix and match with the pitchers. Aaron Boone really has to start playing small ball more likely. If you know for a fact that like the hitters aren't really hitting home runs, just do the sacrifice bunt for crying out loud. If you know what's our fastest runners off the top of my head that I can think of? Tyler
Wade.
Wade, obviously. Tanaka.
No, Tyler Wade and
Well, I'm bugging you, not
Gardner.
Tanaka. Gardner, because Tanaka won't be on unless it's National League, unless that changed too.
Well, I don't
For
even
this
know
season.
how fast like Tanaka runs. Like,
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, just in general, like, if you're on base, even if Tanaka gets on base, they could get a pinch runner for him. He doesn't necessarily have to run. He doesn't necessarily have to hit. Who can you get to back up Tanaka is what I'm saying. Once it comes to like National League rules, that's what you got to really understand. But even if you don't have no one to back up Tanaka, I have enough confidence in our batters, Stanton, Judge, Sanchez. Obviously, you have Torres. Our lineup is good enough to like have that like run differential in order to win the games. But once it gets, like I said, once it gets past to like game 3, I'm gonna be worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be worried, a little bit worried. So like the way I see it is, we have to win automatically. We have to win the first 2 games. If it's best of 5 series, you might as well just win all 3 games in a row, just to avoid that conflict.
Yeah, like I think the fact that it's like in a neutral site, literally the best team is gonna win. I know us and the Rays have had little like scraps and beef and like throwing at each other and stuff like that. So I hope that the Yankees are above that. And if anything, they let the Rays just be in that whole shit by themselves. But we'll check in in 4 or 5 days and see what the outcome is of this series.
Listen, when we win the World Series, right, I'm going to completely be on a different level right now. I'm just saying that right now. If, big capital letters, if. Listeners of the podcast, just know if, like, I'm out of character when we win the World Series after, what was the last time we won in 2009? If I'm out of character,
11 years.
You know what I mean? If I'm out of character, just know it is what it is. But I just know I have the utmost respect for the Yankees. I have confidence in the Yankees. We're going to win the World Series.
Right.
And this is if. I'll be the first one to say if we don't win the World Series, I'll get on this podcast right now and just like completely like admit that like I was wrong. That's like, the deal we have here, whoever's listening. Me and you have a deal right now. If the Yankees win, I have all right now to be arrogant, cocky, conceited, all of that. But if the Yankees lose, you have my word that I will get on the next podcast and like completely be the opposite of that. Like I'll be here like, you know what? Yeah, we lost. Like, damn, my bad. Shit. I spoke too much right now. I should have probably kept, like a low tone. But like I said, like I'll be that guy. But I already know we probably might win. Even if we do win, I'm gonna be conceited as hell. Last time I was 19 years old. Last time we won the World Series. Now I'm in my 30s. Like, best believe I'm going in. That's like 11 years right there. 19 to 30, like I have no choice but to go in if we win the World Series, especially considering COVID and all of these like outside factors that had to deal with like baseball. If we win the World Series, I'm going in, just so you know, listeners.
Yeah. So that's him. So I'm gonna take this one series at a time. So this was our AL Division Series, Yankees versus Rays preview.